Welcome to the BetterKast, your bi-weekly home of stuff and things. We are three guys with a podcast, a band, and a pocket full of dreams. I'm just Matt.
I'm the Weather Brain.
And I'm Jam. Hey guys, there's been something on my mind recently. Been thinking a lot about stuff. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world. And I sat down and started thinking about it and put some perspective in and came up with a question for myself and wanted to see how you guys would answer this. But
Okay.
I want to know, who is your favorite vampire?
Okay. I guess I'll start. Right off the bat, of course it's an anime character, but Mocha from Rosario Vampire.
What's it about?
It's about a young guy, high school guy, who gets transferred to a school because he moves. Hopefully I'm remembering this right. Yeah, and he goes to he ends up finding himself going to an all monsters school. And that's
Oops, all monsters.
And he, stereotypically bumps into Mocha, and then they start their thing, and then there's a bunch of other girls that are trying to fight for his attention and stuff. It's one of those. Yeah.
I'm confused by these rom-com animes you watch. When do the fights happen?
The fights happen all the time. Yeah.
But it's
especially with the monster ones, because they have powers.
Okay.
One of them's a succubus.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Figured you'd like that.
Yeah. So do they have transformations?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mainly Mocha, though. The other ones, they can transform a little bit, but Mocha's the main one because she has a seal. And once he's the only one that can remove it for some reason. You figure that out later, I guess. And once he does, she turns into super powerful vampire Mocha with white hair instead of pink hair. So the pink hair Mocha is really nice and cutesy, and then the white hair Mocha is just mean, tsundere, powerful, grrr, and yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I thought it was cool.
Yeah,
I liked
very
it.
cool.
So did you ever come up with an answer for your own question? Who's your favorite vampire?
Yeah, I got to thinking about it, and I was like, there's so many vampires out there, and my first instinct was to say, Nosferatu is my favorite vampire because I'm a hipster, right? So I got to be the OG, this guy. But I decided that I was let me be honest with myself. Sentimentally speaking, the only vampire I ever really got a deep impression from was in an animated film called Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust. It's also an anime, but it's an anime film. It's the sequel to Vampire Hunter D. You guys have seen that by chance. But it basically takes place 10,000 years in the future, where vampires are actually starting to become extinct after they took over the world by, the new generation of vampire hunters.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this queen named Carmilla. Basically, she's the big bad. She's been ruling for thousands of years, and someone in her lineage, had sex with a human being, and they gave birth to a half vampire, half human, and that person eventually became the most powerful vampire hunter of them all, simply named D.
That's cool.
Pretty sick.
Yeah, it is. It sounds sick.
It's awesome. Check it out.
So I'm the only one of the three of us as normal with any culture. You guys are the best vampire, it's this anime girl, or it's this anime girl, when you're both wrong. It's the Count.
Oh.
It's the
the one. Two. Yeah, no, that guy. He is the best vampire, and if you think differently than that, you're obviously wrong.
Man.
Did he teach you how to count?
Yes.
Did Mocha teach you how to count?
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, is that you picked the wrong vampire. What about you? Does Carmilla teach you how to count?
No.
That's what I'm saying. I'm over here cultured, learning, and y'all are just eye feasting on anime ladies that are vampires.
Look,
Yeah,
Mocha taught me how to love, man.
You stop that right now.
I was 15 at the time. Maybe that's why it's just burned into my brain. When you're that age and something hits you in just the right way, you're just dude, I can't stop thinking about it. I didn't start learning how to count till I was 15.
The second answer I would have accepted was the breakfast cereal Dracula, Count Chocula. He's a super good.
That's a good one.
Super good second place.
Does he make the cereal himself?
I personally like to think he does.
Yeah.
that like he saves some money and is just really, really rich because he just makes it himself.
Yeah. What's the deal with so many cartoon cereal mascots being just fiendish over the cereal and trying to get it, steal it from somebody? The rabbit tries to get it. The Cookie Crisp thieves try to get it.
First of all, tricks are just for kids.
Yeah. Speaking of tricks, do y'all remember the time where they like totally changed their cereal up and like messed with everybody? Where they, instead of the shapes, they came with the balls, like just the circular.
Yeah. And everybody lost it.
Everyone was super disenfranchised with them at that point. They were all like, or disillusioned.
They're like, oh, I guess tricks aren't for kids.
Yeah, they were like, wow, this is so cool.
Just a bowl of balls.
Yes.
Tricks now for the boardroom.
If I wanted this, I would have gone and bought Kicks.
It's stale. Yeah, Kicks. That's for boring, just bowls of balls.
I actually really like Kicks.
I do too. It's got this interesting sweetened corn puff thing going on. Isn't that how they market it?
I guess, but you know what? That poses me another question in my head. But I'll ask you guys. Where do you get your Kicks?
Route 66. Why do Pops not come in the like metal bag anymore though?
Pops?
Yeah, do you remember like the yellow cereal, the box of like Pops? They're like the corn puff things.
Yeah,
they used to come in this like
They
silver bag.
Oh my God.
It was
you're
like
right.
the heaviest bag ever, and they don't come in that anymore, and it bothers me.
You are right. I just remembered that. And I never actually thought about it. I'd actually never registered to me.
I think about it on a weekly basis.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Because it wasn't like metallic. It was like soft metallic, right?
Yeah. It was weird.
Strange. Man, they just keep taking good things from childhood away, don't they?
Yeah. I want the silver bags and my Pops.
So, what have you boys been up to here lately? Personally, I've been playing Black Myth Wukong. I did get it right about the time it came out, and I still have not beat the game yet. I am stuck on Chapter 6. There is a Birdman whose head is a hand, and he is just eating my lunch every time I turn that game on, and I am over it, Brian. I am so done.
Okay.
I am just a monkey man with a stick, and he's got a head that is a hand and these wings that block stuff, and I'm just over it.
How over it are you?
I'm pretty over it, because the only other thing I can fight right now is this, like, cart boss on Chapter 5, and he's just... He's eating my breakfast, the other one's eating my lunch, and if I meet something else, it's going to be a whole day of meals.
So, if you're over it, then why do you continue playing it?
What kind of question is that? It's Black Myth Wukong.
Oh.
What is that?
All right, so it's a video game. It's not like a Souls-born game. It's kind of Souls-like, but I don't know if it's specifically a Souls-like because I don't want to get yelled at.
No, okay.
But it's a fun game. You're just running around, you're beating stuff up, and stuff beats you up a lot.
It sounds fun. What about you?
What have I been doing lately?
Yeah.
Man, I'm kind of embarrassed to say.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it that bad?
Yeah, I kind of went down a rabbit hole of like AI horror content.
Oh, yeah.
And
dude, whatever you've been doom scrolling in your Instagram feed, you've destroyed it. You've destroyed it completely. It is nothing but grotesque things.
Yeah.
How did you do that? Can you explain to everybody how you were able to create something so grotesque as a feed?
For those of you that don't know, Jameson's Instagram feed is like a fever dream on steroids.
It really is.
I don't know if I feel like if I'm too honest, it might be incriminating.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I mean,
well,
I think it would be pretty obvious how I got here.
That bad, huh? Well, you heard it here, folks.
Actually, had a recommended post show up showing me how to clear my preferences so that I could reset. Because it was like, hey, you might need this.
Have you had enough sexy Mario?
He had Luigi with boobs.
I saw one the other day that was like a AI horror short of a man on a subway whose body opened up and there was a small person inside him piloting the body sealed, and then his head rolled backwards and you could see another person sitting in his skull doing something, and then a room full of people crawling up from underneath the bed.
I don't even like you describing these things
I
to
don't
me.
either. Wait, are you into that?
Oh yeah, no, I seek this stuff out. So I started following a bunch of accounts that make AI horror specifically. One of my favorites does just fast food themed horror videos, like liminal spaces and surrealist art.
Oh, wait. Okay, so then you must have seen this one. There is one I came across randomly, probably recommended by your feed somehow because it's a big deal, apparently. But it was like McDonald's on steroids, where the ketchup, they were like people made of ketchup and fries.
I
And
have
the
seen
ketchup
it.
was dripping. I knew I'd seen it.
I have
I knew
seen
it.
This is exactly why I'm not on social media. This is exactly why I don't have a Facebook, Instagram, any of it, because
There
how
were
does that
tables.
just sneak into your feed, Brian?
There were tables made of burgers.
You said ketchup people. How does that sneak into your feed?
There were ketchup people eating burgers that the tables were made of that were eating their own fingers that were fries.
I'm going to take the internet
And
away
you-
from both of you.
You seek that out.
A little bit, yeah.
I'm
Well-
going to take the internet from both of you.
I seek it out just to like stimulate the algorithm, and the algorithm's like, here's more. But I found a couple of artists that I like that are better than most.
Mm-hmm.
One is named Void Stomper, and they do a lot of surrealist art. And for the life of me, I can't remember the fast food artist's name, but I could
Yeah.
sit here and look it up, but I don't really want to.
How do you
I don't know if I really want you to.
how do you stomp the void?
That's a good question, right? It's like a
Yeah.
it's kind of a abstract question, I think.
Well, anyways, I think I've heard enough about that. Jeez.
Yeah, sorry guys. I just don't know how I feel about myself now.
Yeah, take a moment, think about it. Well, I'm sure you'll get past it.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Anyways, so lately, what I've been doing is listening to music as I always do, and man, I just wanted to bring up. I showed you today because we were listening to it. It's something that we've been listening to last couple of days because we've been kind of working in the studio on some music.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get to that a little bit later. But there's a guy named Sithu I, and he is an amazing artist. He's a prog metal artist, and just wanted to tell y'all that he's awesome and you should check him out because I introduced him his music to Jameson,
Mm-hmm.
and we had a good time listening to it. And actually,
yeah.
it's related to anime. So I showed him the Senpai EPs, which are my favorite. They're hilarious, and he does a very good job
Did
of
you just say
portraying.
the Senpai
does.
EPs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just
Yes.
checking, making sure.
Yep, and so he's got 3 of them, but 2 of them are EPs. There's Senpai 1, then there's Senpai 2, The Noticing, and then there's Senpai 3. And Senpai 3 is a large album. It's like a masterpiece, man. It was awesome. You haven't heard all that yet, but you should definitely check it out. So I know you liked what was your favorite one off the first 2 EPs?
So that Animals as Leaders reference wasn't on the EPs, was it? Was it on
It
the
was.
Okay.
It was on 2. It was The Noticing.
I like that one too. Yeah, the Noticing, that's got a lot of good tracks. Specifically, the Noticing was one of my favorites, but I don't remember what track 1 of that record was called.
Track 1 was Summer Break.
I liked
think.
that one a lot.
Yeah,
that
it
one
was.
lives
It's like
lives
a
up here right now.
doo-doo-doo-doo with the school
Mhm.
bell. Yeah, pretty cool, right?
Yeah, very good.
But yeah, for those of you who haven't heard Sithuai yet, that track he's talking about is called Anime as Leaders, the Woven Web, like the woven web from Animals as Leaders. And it does a great job portraying it and turning it into a literal anime prog metal song.
And I don't know if
it's
you can tell what
fantastic.
Brian is saying, but Sithu is SITHU space AYE.
And I am sorry if I am butchering that name, but I love the guy, so don't hurt me. And check him out for real. He's everywhere. He's awesome, and he's a huge influence of mine, and on my solo project especially. So, well, that was fun. Got a little snack for you guys if you want some.
Ooh, I
Yeah.
love a
Yeah.
snack.
Got these here cherry tomatoes.
Ooh.
Little cherry tomatoes. I'm gonna get a couple of them little guys.
Have these.
Yeah, let me
Let me
grab a
just go-
couple.
Just get a couple of them.
Mm,
They're tasty.
look at these little guys.
I think they're tasty. You just let me know what you think.
I'm actually not a fan of tomatoes by themselves.
What's wrong,
That's
Jameson?
pretty good,
Yeah?
man. I enjoyed that. Mhm.
Yeah? So you like them?
I do like them.
Mm.
What do you think, Matt?
Little dab of ranch, that's good.
Oh, you got a little ranch cup over there?
Oh man.
Look at you.
Do you guys not keep pocket ranch?
No. You do? That's not a bad idea, I guess.
Well,
Hey, Danny, y'all out there keep pocket ranch?
pocket ranch, good for tomatoes.
Want some more? You're good?
I'll take a couple.
All right. Cool. Oh.
And then we put the pocket
All right.
ranch up.
I'm not doing that anymore.
Later.
No, you're good.
In case you get wings later, you can use your leftover pocket ranch.
Yeah.
Man, they're so good, man. Mm. Oh, you know what? I think we were good. Yeah, sorry. I think it's my turn, right?
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
it's your turn, bro.
So, yeah, that was a good snack. Nice break, guys. Let's get right into the weather, shall we? If y'all haven't noticed, take a step outside and you will be greeted with nice weather, because last week it was completely froze over, and I don't know, for me it was miserable. I'm tired of the cold, tired of the snow. Winter's been fun. Let's move on to spring. Going outside and taking a breath of fresh air out there. It's a little cooler today than it was yesterday. If you were outside yesterday, it was basically 70, mid 70s, lower 70s. Beautiful day yesterday.
Mhm.
We were hanging out here at the studio doing some work, and we spent a lot of time outside.
Yeah, we
just,
did.
talking, working on parts and stuff. And man, beautiful day. Today, though, it's freaking windy out. We got a tight pressure gradient over the area because we had a front yesterday, a cool front. And I say cool because it wasn't a cold front like we have had. It's took it down 10 to 15 degrees. But it's still nice out. It's in the 50s to lower 60s. So this is how it's going to be until the weekend when we have another cold front come in, take us back down in the 30s and 40s for a day or so. You can see it here, Sunday, 47, and then 29, 27 Saturday night, 29 Sunday night. That's where that cold front takes effect. So we'll probably have some more frost and stuff. And then by Monday and next week, we're going to go back up into the 50s, 60s, and even maybe some 70s on Tuesday.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm liking it.
Yep, I'm liking this weather. More warm, better for me. So the thing is, with it getting this warm, we're getting closer to spring, and cold and warm air fighting together makes storms. The Storm Prediction Center has put out a 15% risk area on day 6, which is all the way out in Tuesday. And they don't usually do this that far out, which means their confidence is elevated that we're going to have severe weather here in the Middle Tennessee area. It's way more. They have way more confidence down here in northern Louisiana and everything. And I personally think that's where there's going to be a tornado outbreak. It's getting that time of year where this is going to become more common.
A tornado pandemic, if you will.
Yes. So yeah, day 6, Tuesday next week. Keep an eye on the weather because I think we could have some severe weather. My personal opinion is that we're not going to have necessarily the tornado outbreak that may happen further south. Thinking more storm damage like high winds, heavy rain, maybe even some large hail depending, but we're going to be a little cooler up here than they are, like almost close to 80 down there. We'll be in the...
We're always cooler than down there.
So yeah, keep an eye on that, folks. And then right after that is done, we go back and do a cool down, and that's where it gets considerably colder, but only after Wednesday. So Wednesday it'll cool down. We'll have some showers hanging around, and then there will be another cold front because that is a strong system. There'll be a secondary cold front coming through that is Arctic. It'll bring us back down into the upper 20s to lower 30s flows, and maybe even give us a few flurries on Thursday. Believe it or not. And past that,
Don't worry, I got you from here. Texas is going to be yellow, and it's going to be below the rest of the United States. Tennessee is like kind of a light green, and it's going to be above Texas. But then the darker green that is in Washington State, it is going to be above Tennessee.
Mm-hmm. Quite relevant and factual information provided by our very own Just Matt. What the Climate Prediction Center is saying about as we get into March and things warm up, we're going to have above average precipitation, and over the Tennessee Valley area, and they're going to have a lot more over on the West Coast. So, I guess those atmospheric rivers, you might say, are going to be affecting them more, with a lot of rainwater, flooding, and all that. And with all the wildfires that happened in California, they have to worry about burn scars causing a lot of flash flooding.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Then how does that work?
So how that happens is the fires will burn the trees down, and there's not any foliage anymore on the ground, and it really it basically crisps the ground, so it's harder for the ground to absorb water, and it just kind of runs off the surface instead of soaking.
Mm-hmm.
And there's not enough foliage around to suck in the water and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So heavy rain over that burn scar, water's going to fly down that hill really fast, and then get congregating more and more, which causes landslides and extremely fast flood slides and flood washes. So yeah, got to watch out for that on the West Coast. But here we can expect above average precipitation and pretty much near normal to above average warmth. And what this tells me is when you get above average precipitation and above average temperatures, I'm thinking storms, severe weather, more rain. It's definitely in the cards.
That's what I was thinking too.
I bet. Yeah, you've seen this enough to understand that now, right?
Yeah, yep. I was picking up on it.
I like to think I'm teaching you guys as I do these reports. So.
And I like to let you think that.
Hopefully you keep learning at least something every day.
I am. I'm learning.
Yeah. So yeah, and I guess that's about it. Expect things to get warmer on average over time throughout March. So I think we're going to get out of these cold snaps. We'll have one more decent one after the storm system come through next week.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we'll start getting more into the 70s. We'll start to see things bloom and the bugs come back out. All that fun stuff.
Oh, yeah, the bugs.
Nice.
Yeah. Yep. That's it for the weather, folks.
All right.
Sports, right?
Yeah, I guess it is time for sports, folks.
What are you going to teach us about today? Jam?
Well, today's going to be a little different. We're not doing a double dribble. We are doing the double paddle because we're going to be talking about the newest sports sensation from our generation, currently sweeping the nation. Is everybody's favorite food-themed sport, pickleball.
What is pickleball?
Pickleball's an interesting sport. I recently have been seeing it air on some sports networks, and from the surface, it looks like a combination of ping pong and tennis. So it looks kind of like short tennis or long ping pong, if that makes any sense.
All right. When it comes to the thing you're hitting the ball with, is it like a ping pong paddle or like a tennis racket?
It's like a ping pong paddle. I actually have some materials here I can use to illustrate.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
You guys are familiar with like a ping pong paddle, right? It's like circular.
Yep.
And it has a handle on it. Kind of looks like one of these.
All right.
Yes, that's a ping pong paddle if I ever seen one.
So the pickleball paddle is very similar to that, but instead of the shape circle, they use the shape square, and it's bigger.
Ah.
See that?
Now, can you also show us a tennis racket for just
sure.
the sake of showing us a tennis racket?
So the tennis racket's going to be the biggest of the three, and it is like a teardrop shape kind of thing, and it's a racket, so it has a wicker mesh on it, and it's used to hit a tennis ball.
Oh.
Right? Does that make sense?
Okay.
And below these, I'm going to draw each one of the balls. So.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what a pickleball looks like. I'm assuming it's like not really ball shaped, more like a pickle.
I assume it tastes vinegary.
That's a great assumption. It's also very disappointing because if you notice here on the graph, the ping pong is a circular ball.
Yeah, of course.
The pickleball, also circular, but it has holes in it. It's kind of like a wiffle ball. Makes it less wind resistant, I think.
No, it is a wiffle ball.
Okay, so it's a wiffle ball. It doesn't look like a pickle at all, does it?
Why do they call it a pickleball?
Well, because like the tennis ball, it's green most of the time.
Wait. I thought they were yellow. I thought tennis balls were yellow. I've always seen yellow.
Aren't they like highlighter green or highlighter yellow or something?
Okay, so let's say there are balls out there that are green, fine. But the pickleball is green.
Yeah.
That makes sense, but why
Makes
doesn't it
sense.
at least look somewhat like a pickle?
Do they at
It's
least
called a
keep it in-
pickleball.
Do they keep it in like a vinegar brine or anything?
No, they don't do anything like that. I know. And it's like, you don't even have to just pickle the cucumber. It doesn't even need to look like that. It just doesn't even resemble something pickled.
Do they pickle the ball before they use it?
That was my question with the vinegar brine.
Oh, sorry. It's disappointing. That's all.
It is disappointing,
It's
I
just a
know.
wiffle ball.
Like,
it's
there's
just a
nothing
green wiffle ball.
There's nothing about this sport that reminds me of pickles.
Using a
or
square
pickling.
paddle. Like, it looks more like a pizza thingy.
No. Where do you play it at? Like, how do you...
Pizza
It's
pan.
like a pizza paddle.
Yeah, it's a pizza paddle.
Now, is it played on like a table or like a tennis court? Like, what's it?
It's played on something that looks like a tennis court. Like if you had a ping pong table that was flat on the ground and the net only went up to like your waist.
Oh, can you show us an example?
So
I'm interested. Oh, you're drawing people. Cool, because I was going to ask. I really wanted to see.
That one's a square paddle, so I know they're playing pickleball.
exactly.
Yeah. That guy's making a pizza.
All right. So this is what the pickleball court kind of looks like when they're playing. And one person's on one side of the net and the other person's on the other side of the net, and they're hitting the ball back and forth trying to score points.
Hey, Jameson.
Yeah.
I gotta say, there's a striking resemblance to pizza ball here because
I'm seeing the
I don't
pizza
know-
ball thing.
have you seen it? Where there's a sport now where they will take pizza. What do you call those? Pizza pans, right? The
Pizza paddles.
pizza paddles, and they will toss pizzas. And if
Or
you
peels.
drop it, you lose. You just toss over the net to the next person. He catches it with like you're taking it out of the oven. You keep tossing it, and you toss it. If you drop it, everybody loses because no one gets pizza. But if you keep tossing it back and forth, and then the other guy keeps catching it, they do it until it cools down to a perfect temperature to eat, and then they'll serve it, and everyone's happy because they get
That sounds
pizza.
like a horrifying waste of pizza.
Only if you drop it.
Potential waste of pizza.
Only if you drop it. But the professionals, they don't drop them. They just keep playing, and the catch is whoever performs the best wins.
I'm hearing we need to get 2 pizza paddles and a Tostitos pizza and try this in the studio.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, there's also a form of it called like pizza roll ball too, like where it's like ping pong.
Oh, and they just
Pizza
bounce at
rolls.
pizza rolls? Are they cooked or frozen?
They are frozen, and what happens is the amount of friction between hitting them over time, it takes hours. It actually cooks them.
So that's how long
So,
a match lasts?
And once it's fully cooked, they will both like hit it one more time to each other and go, pizza roll, and then boom, knock it into the basket. And you have to do this process multiple times until you get a basket of pizza rolls that you can serve to your friends.
Nice. Okay.
It's a really fun, like when you have a get together, really fun at get-togethers. So I don't think it's an official sport though.
Yeah. You know what else I was thinking about when I was coming up with this segment?
You upset me on a spiritual level sometimes.
Why do you say that, man?
Pizza roll ball.
Pizza roll.
I want to try it. I think it will be fun.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Probably more fun than lasagna hockey.
Oh, please tell. Pray tell, what is that?
Oh, this one's easy. This is just normal ice hockey, but you replace the puck with a Stouffer's lasagna.
Does it have to be a Stouffer's lasagna?
Doesn't have to be, but traditionally is played with Stouffer's.
Frozen.
Frozen. That's how it
Stouffer's
slides.
does sponsor the league.
I see. Okay.
The official sponsor of the Lasagna Hockey Federation.
Man, they missed this. They could have called it Lasagna League.
They could have. Hindsight's 2020
It
here.
would have been much cooler, but oh well, folks.
Well, I mean, guys, I know it sounds basic, but there's not really much else I can think to say about pickleball.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, I feel like I've learned a lot from this, for sure.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. Cool,
Thank you.
guys. Well, I'll pass it on to you.
All
Matthew?
right, guys. It's time for everyone's favorite segment. Animals that scare Matt. Can I see your little notepad there and your Sharpie? I'd like to show everyone what we're talking about today. Now, so today we were talking about Goliath bird-eating spider. Now, in case you-
wow.
In case you didn't know what it looks like, I'm gonna go ahead and show you. It's gonna be kind of like a circular body, and then it's gonna have not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, not six, not seven, but that's right, 8 legs. And then it's got like this spider head, and then it's got like its mandibles, because spiders have those sometimes. You know, that's what he looks like, except Brian's going to show you a better picture of it now.
Oh my goodness. Here we go, guys. Let's see what it is.
It's a good spider.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
No, not liking that.
That is a horrifying guy right there,
or
girl, depending on its gender. Now, let me tell you a little bit about these fuzzy little fellas here. They are known as the biggest tarantula in the world, which I assume means biggest spider in the world, but when it comes to sea spiders, some of those are big. I don't know if they're in the arachnid family. I don't know what's going on with it. I'm not a full zoologist. I'm just like a deputy. So a lot of my stuff is guessing. But it's a big boy right here. Now, they are native to South American rainforest. They live deep in the rainforest. They hide under rocks and stuff. They got like a silky tunnel web that I assume is the size that my arm can fit through. Now, despite the name, they don't always eat birds, but they can eat birds. They tend to stick to smaller animals. They do tend to eat anything smaller than themselves, which is kind of terrifying, because in the body, like this part right here, the body, for technical terms, that's about 5 inches big. So that's like, it's like 5 inches big. And then with the leg span, that's like a foot. So that's like, it's like a foot, like 12 inches, man. Wow. I should really start learning units of measurements better. Their fangs about 1 inch. It's a 1 inch fang. Man. They keep their fangs hidden up under their mandible mouth kind of thing. So they got to like stab downwards. So if you stay above it, you're good. Your feet though, probably in trouble. Now, here's the good news for you. They are venomous, as giant spiders tend to be.
Great.
But, there's a but, man. Let me get the but out.
Sorry.
But, they're not lethal to humans. It feels about like a wasp sting when they get you.
Yeah. This looks like it could eat me.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of big on the screen.
I'm honestly wondering if whoever got bit by this has ever actually been stung by a wasp. Because I feel like a 1 inch, 2 1 inch fangs is going to hit a little bit harder than a wasp sting.
Yeah, I wonder who the heck was the person that like made that estimate, made that call on what it feels like.
I don't know. I see some people on YouTube. They're like they're like scientists or something, and they let insects bite them just to see how painful it is.
I don't know why.
All right, now we're going to get into the crazy parts. So let's look at some lifespans of these guys, right?
Yeah.
The lifespan for a male spider is like 3 to 6 years, right?
That's kind of crazy too.
That's kind of crazy, right? The females can live for 20. Okay. Why?
Sounds like survival. I mean, do the females eat the males?
I did not read that, but I'd like to make it up and say yes.
I think that's typical of spiders, is it not?
It's some. I know black widows are like that, for sure.
Well,
I don't know that for sure.
Now, as you can see, my furry boys here, they got some fur. Why do spiders got fur? Well, the fur is a defense mechanism, because why wouldn't it be? These fur-like looking things, yeah, that's not fur. They're little spiky spikes. They can use those as defense mechanisms. How can you use spiky fur as defense, Matt? Well, let me tell you, internet world. They like to rub the fur together, like they rub the hairs, and it makes like a hissing sound that can be heard for up to 15 feet. 15 feet from a foot spider. That's horrible. Horrifying. But here's the other thing.
It's like a rattlesnake.
Yeah. But here's the other thing. You're like, oh, man, they just rub hair together. That's not scary. They throw the hair, man. They shoot the hair out. They can shoot out the little needles. Why do they need to do that? I don't know what the range is on that thing. I assume not very far, but at the same time, it is shooting needles. I believe one of the needles feels like a wasp sting, but not the 1 inch long fang. Sorry, I had to get that out, guys. But yeah, no, all in all, just a real good, nice, I don't have my pocket ranch.
Nice catch, Jameson.
Oh, that's not far enough. We're gonna get this. Hit!
Nice job.
Very good.
I don't like them without ranch.
Oh, they're great.
Yeah.
It tastes like this beer.
I figured that might help calm you down a little.
They also do the thing that you're always told to do with bears, where you get big. Apparently, these things will just stand up on their hind legs and be all like,
whoa.
That's freaky, dude.
Yeah, that's horrifying. That's a
Yeah.
weird thing. Now, I feel like if I run into one of these in the wild, I'm going to be able to step on it. That being said, it might also catch my boot and throw it away. So, yeah, that's the Goliath bird-eating spider, and that's what scares Matt this week.
Well, we got one more photo I found
Terrifying.
for you guys to take a much closer look up at
Let's
this.
look at this good
Okay.
picture.
Here we go.
Whoa.
Look at that thing.
Dude.
I would not.
Zoom in on his little eyes.
Oh my
Zoom in on his little eyes.
gosh.
Look at those little eyes.
Oof.
Okay, at this angle, it's pretty cute.
Yeah, but then you zoom out, and it looks like something out of Monsters, Inc.
Yeah.
Mike Kozlowski.
Mike Wazowski.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I messed that up completely. Don't look. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
But yeah, you see that thing folds out, and there's fangs in it, and then they just stab you.
Oof. Oof.
Yeah. So, Goliath, bird-eating spider that sometimes eats birds, but mainly eats things smaller than it.
Yeah. So I mean, what do you think, Jameson?
I wonder what it tastes like.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I was thinking the same thing
Yeah.
because although I wouldn't go want to see one of these actually in person, like coming at me or anything, of course, but like they're big enough where they could be a food, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Have
there
you ever
is-
had spider?
No, but I did see a documentary about arachnid tacos recently.
No way.
Well, it was a taco documentary, but it mentioned arachnid tacos.
What was it called?
I could not tell you.
Okay.
I couldn't remember. It's been
I saw
years.
one too, so I was just wondering if it was the same.
I couldn't
Right.
remember.
Yeah.
But they demonstrated scorpion tacos, tarantula tacos. Those are the only two arachnids I can think of.
Yeah, I'm
It
good
was
on
that-
that.
I know who it was. It was Arachnid Rick.
Arachnid Rick
Yeah.
in his taco episode.
Yeah. Dude,
Stop helping.
he was look, Rick's the only one that knows as much or more about tacos than spiders. So he would be the one to write an article about that.
Yeah. I mean, when Arachnid Rick had his pilot episode show taken off of the network, he had to resort to doing some independent content. And I think he got picked up by an independent studio or distribution or something like that.
I'm going to take you two off the network.
It was Eight Legs Media.
Eight Legs Media picked up Arachnid Rick.
I mean, I'm not joking, man. That's all they do, spiders. Spider films, spider documentaries,
That's cool.
informative series.
I love that.
Sorry. Thank you, Matt. Like,
Oh,
I feel
yeah.
much more informed about him. That article doesn't even come close to your information. I mean, tacos are cool.
Yeah, and I bet that thing probably tastes better than the other spiders do. So,
He's kind of oiled up and ready to go, right?
oh my gosh.
So now we're going to go into what's happening. Tell people what's happening around the world. Greg, get off the spider picture! I don't know why we still have you here, Greg. All right, guys, so what's happening in the world today? Let me go ahead and tell you this. I read this article, and it blew my mind a little bit.
Mhm.
North Korean cyber agents pulled out the largest heist the world has ever seen. Apparently, they hacked some company that was using something called Bybit. The company was in Dubai. They hacked it and they stole $1.5 billion
No way.
in cryptocurrency.
Oh.
But it is the
not real
largest.
money.
It is the largest single heist that has ever been done in the world or recorded because they got $1.5 billion in cryptocurrency.
That's insane.
Last year in 2024, for the whole year, they were able to steal like little by little 1.3 billion, and they were able to get more than that in a single just grab.
Dang.
Absolutely mind-blowing.
Wow. How do you pull that off?
Computers.
Just computers. I mean, probably.
Yeah.
Dang. Stuff be happening.
I mean, stuff be happening, yep.
Yep. Speaking of stuff happening, Brian, did you have something you wanted to...
I sure did. Guys and gals, we are working on our next release for Better Kenney. It's going to be a full album. You guys excited?
Very excited.
I'm having such a good time doing it. And we've been that's what we've been doing the last couple days is we had a extra long session, like an overnight session, where we stayed late into the night and we have been writing. We have some really fun tracks coming out. Jameson here brought his little home studio setup into the studio so we could try doing it like bare bones, you know, and coming up with stuff. And you and Matt really hit it running. You got a really good song coming, and I can't wait to help finish that and do some more writing.
We got a couple really good songs coming.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like to brag. I need to brag. As the lyricist of the band, it's some good stuff. We got some really good lyrics, and then the music, it's going to get there as well. But the lyrics.
Yeah. But yeah, so I can't wait. I don't know a timeline yet. We're still in the weeds. We just started out, and but this year,
yeah, I don't
this
think
year,
that's unrealistic. Last episode, if you guys didn't catch it, we had a collab with Tennessee on Tap.
Mm-hmm.
David and Kenney were nice enough to host us in their venue.
Such a great time.
We had a great time.
It's amazing.
I
Those
touched
guys are
so
fantastic.
much stuff in their house.
Did you tell them?
I bet you did.
Well, they know I do that anyways.
Oh, so it's fine. It's consensual.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I tend to go over to David and Kenny's house for football season to watch football and yell at computer monitors. It's a lot of fun.
Sounds exactly like something you would do.
Yeah, no, it's hard being a Titans fan.
I
I wake up every Sunday to watch them lose. Whoop, whoop.
Yeah. So
3-14. 3-14.
be sure to head over to Tennessee on Tap, show them some love, give them a follow.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be some more collabs with us in the future. Those are our boys.
Well, speaking of crazy things coming out lately, there's a movie coming out.
There is a movie coming out.
You and I will definitely be seeing.
Yes.
I will probably be forced to go see it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's called Colorful Stage, the movie. A Miku who can't sing.
Yes. Finally, guys, a Miku movie. And it's kind of ironic because I think maybe it was the first or second podcast we did. We were talking Miku, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how he was so confused. He was like, I thought it was an anime character. Well, you know what? Now she is.
Now she is.
Yep.
Now
I
she is.
still don't know what it is.
He needs more Miku.
You need more Miku.
I literally can't hide my excitement.
I see that.
Well, guys, we've been Better Kenney, and we better be in your playlist. What is Miku?